Good morning. Welcome to Flashback Monday, where we talk about all the books in this magazine. If you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. This is the D. Louise book series where we read books, talk about books, no special effects going on here. We start with Regency, and we work our way through to Harlequin. So let's start with, let's see here, Elizabeth Hoyt, Darling Beast. I don't know. Oh, here it is. 4.5 stars. With her usual skill, Hoyt merges mystery, romance, redemption, and humor into another unforgettable love story from Maiden Lane. Fans will relish Apollo's tale, savoring being reunited with favorite characters and cherish the wonderful new ones, especially Lily's son. Oh, a naked guy on the cover. Fallen on hard times, renowned actress and playwright Lily Stump and her son move into a burnt-out shell of a theater. All is quiet until her son discovers a monster in the gardens. Falsely accused of murder, Apollo grieves Viscount Kilburn escaped from imprisonment in Bedlam and found sanctuary. Lily and her son are a distraction he does not want. Lily is fascinated with the large, long-haired, and silent man. Apollo becomes her protector, and she is his champion, intent upon clearing his name. With help from surprising sources and their own agility, Apollo and Lily fight for the future. I lost my co-host. How sad. I lost my co-host. What a wallflower wants. And if anybody knows how to fix the lighting on this computer, I would like to know. It's the one thing I haven't figured out. Naked guy on the cover. Four and a half stars. Loyal fans of the least likelies are in for a treat. Rodale's poignant plot is a touching on many levels, leaving readers satisfied and thoughtful. By tackling issues of abuse and recovery, Rodale makes the era and the characters highly accessible to modern-day readers. Miss Prudence Merriweather is known as least likely to be caught in a compromising position. Few realize her innocence was destroyed by a ruthless peer of the realm. Prudence doesn't want to be the only unwed at her finishing school's anniversary ball, as she plans to wed a man who prefers men. But when their carriage is attacked by highwaymen and her groom thrusts her out, she realizes he's not the husband material. Stranded at an inn, Prudence meets John Rourke, Viscount Castleton. His charming and devil-may-care but sensitive to Prudence's predicament. When her nemesis resurfaces, Castleton protects her. Aww. Ashley rules for a proper governess. Again! Naked guy on the cover. 4.5 stars. There's never anything ordinary or conventional about Ashley Mackenzie's series, but there is love, passion, unforgettable characters, and stellar storytelling. Roberta Bertie Fraser has to pinch Barrister Sinclair's watch as payback for him sending her father's friend to prison. Instead of calling for the constable, he lets her go, and a stolen kiss seals Bertie's fate. She secretly watches Sinclair's home and rescues his children when their governess deserts them. But since the spirited children go through the governesses quickly, Sinclair hires Bertie as their temporary governess. Oh, I see it now. Then romance ensues, and she becomes their stepmom. Ah, The Prince Who Loved Me, Karen Hawkins. You know, when I think of this lady, I think of Scotland and plaid. I don't think of blue. Hawkins puts her unique stamp on Cinderella in a tale that shines with humor, sparkling dialogue, and plenty of sexual tension. Aspiring author Bronwyn Murdoch cares little about flirting and handsome men, perhaps why Princess Alexandra Romano finds her such a challenge. When Alexei begins his game of seduction, Bronwyn plans to play along and turn the tables on him. Alexei led a carefree life until his grandmother decided he should marry, and if it appears he's courting blue stocking Bronwyn, she might be satisfied. Interesting. I think we showed this one at Christmas. Susan Enoch, Alexander Hawkins, Elizabeth Essex, and Valerie Bowman, Christmas Brides. What a delightful quartet of spirited holiday stories to brighten any season. Enoch gifts readers with One Hot Scot, where lovely Julia Prentice escapes a suitor's Highland home and comes upon a very naked Duncan Lennox. A storm forces them to spend the night together, and an honor loses out to passion. In Hawkins' Once Upon a Christmas Scandal, Lady Ellen discovers her father has offered a huge fortune for a man to marry her. Lord Swansbury isn't after her wealth, he's head over heels for her, but it will take a bit of Christmas magic to make her believe it. The Scandal Before Christmas seals Lieutenant Ian Worth's fate in Essex Reckless Bride spinoff. Annie Leslie has nothing to lose by accepting Ian's proposal, except her heart. Bowman's shows that it happened under the mistletoe, as confirmed bachelor Oliver Townsend and flees London marriage-minded mamas for a country party. Also on the run is Miss Serene Blake. The two devise a plan to masquerade as a couple. Oh, look! Naked guy on the cover. It becomes a theme, doesn't it? I should do an if-then. If I did an if-then, the if-then would go on for 5 or 6 hours. I could just go through my house. Naked guy, naked guy, naked guy. American Duchess? American Duchess. 4.5 stars. Sharon Page. You know, when I think of Sharon Page, see if I can. Sharon Page writes E stuff. So when I see this name Sharon Page, I'm expecting E stuff, not Regency stuff. And, you know, to me, Regency doesn't qualify as America 1922. Oh, wait a minute. This is England 1922. Okay. But still, to me, the Regency era is the 1800s. An American Duchess is a sweeping story that realistically depicts the trials and tribulations of a family picking up the pieces after World War I. Merging the flavor of Downton Abbey with her own special touches, Page crafts a vibrant novel and a dramatic love story with strong, well-motivated characters. American heiress Zoe Gifford shames to marry Englishman Sebastian Hazelton. Claim her inheritance, give him the money he needs to maintain his home, divorce him, and be a wealthy, independent woman. However, her plan falters when circumstances have her wed to Sebastian's brother Nigel instead. Oops. Wonder what happened there. I guess we'll have to read the book. A Matter of Grave Concern. Brenda Novak? I don't expect her to write Regencies either. Four and a half stars. Novak draws on actual events to create a remarkable account of the London supply company who sustain bodies by whatever means necessary to meet their constant needs of teaching schools. Abigail Hale wants to be a surgeon, but women are not allowed in college, so she can only obtain bodies for dissection. Her latest acquisition puts her in league with a dangerous gang of grave robbers, and their nefarious leader, Jack Hertzell. And love ensues over dead bodies. Well, um, let's see. This is a series. I know it's a series. I have a few of these. When the bride says yes, when the bride says no, when the groom says yes. 4 stars. The two brides of Wishmere are wed, and now it's time for Maxwell to give readers a man worth marrying. They won't be disappointed when the intriguing, captivating hero who grabs attention from the first page. Mac Enright, newly minted Earl of Balin, is set to hang when he's suddenly freed by a stranger. Mac heads for Scotland to find the man who promised to clear Mac's name. Sabrina Davison has worked hard to be accepted by the small village, but soon learns she may be tossed out of her home. Cormac's arrival changes everything. With her father missing, it's up to Sabrina to protect Mac, but how can he trust her when her father's lies condemned him to death? Gonna have to work that out. And on historical, this thing is heavy. This thing is massively heavy. The King's Curse. Look at this. Huge. 4.5 stars. Philippa Gregory. The queen of historical fiction, Gregory brings English history to life through the hearts and minds of people, not through dates or wars, but via marriages and family politicals. The King's Curse, Margaret is a survivor who plays the game as needed, yet holds on to her personal values. Henry VII imprisons and beheads Margaret's simple-minded brother, and then sees her wed to Richard Pole, the governor of Wales. She lives quietly with her husband, but keeps the knowledge of ancient curse on the House of Lancaster. When Prince Arthur and his bride Catherine of Aragon visit, Margaret befriends the newlyweds. After Arthur's death, Catherine honors his wish that she wed his brother, Henry VIII. When Catherine becomes queen, she requests Margaret as a lady-in-waiting. Margaret must navigate a dangerous court and keep herself, her husband, and her son safe. Uh-huh. It's one king we don't want to work for. No way. Oh, and I forgot a pen. On to mainstream fiction. Oh, look. The co-host is back. Yes, ma'am. Are you going to come up? Are you coming up or what? uh, you know, I was trying to put these in order. I did not succeed. I never succeed. Uh, so where are you going, Miss Smokey? Can somebody help me with the lights, please? Ah, all right. Lauren Oliver, The Rooms. Let's see what this says. You know, 4.5 stars. Oliver's first adult novel is nothing short of amazing. Although the Walkers are a miserable bunch, each character's story is engrossing. Ghosts, Alice, and Sandra provide dark humor that balances Caroline's excessive drinking, Mina's careless neglect of her small child, and Trenton's suicide attempts. After Richard Walker's death, it's up to his family, alcoholic ex-wife Caroline, selfish daughter Mina, and depressed teenage son Trenton, to settle his country estate. But Walker's home isn't empty, and the new visitors are being watched by the ghosts of the two women who previously lived and died in the house. Okay. I read years ago one of her first books in this series, and I thought it was hysterical. And even though it wasn't, just on the bottom of the pile, uh, a mystery, and it wasn't really a romance either, I actually did go and read the second book, and I think I made it through the third before I was like, all right, I'm over this. But the first two books were really, really good. I think it was Confessions of a Shopaholic, but let me see what but I remember it. So I always say, yep, Confessions of a Shopaholic. That's the first one. And then Shopaholic Takes Manhattan, and I never quite got through Shopaholic Ties the Knot. I never got that far. But I always say that if you read a book and put it down and you can remember what it was about, it was a good book. But if you read a book and put it down and you're like, wait a second. Oh, yeah. It wasn't a good book. Shopaholic to the Stars, Sophie Kinzel. Wait a second. Do you want to come up? Is that what you're saying here? Well, well then don't. Make up your kitty cat mind. Do you want to come up or not? Alright, Sophie Kinzel, 4.5 stars. Kinzel fans will be ecstatic for this long-awaited addition to the author Shopaholic series. Light, funny, Kinzel rules the red carpet with Becky's new Hollywood adventures. Becky Bloomwood joins her husband Luke in Los Angeles when he is hired to manage the career of famous actress Sage Seymour. Becky finds this a perfect opportunity to become a personal stylist to the stars. When Luke suggests a self-improvement and a golden piece to help Becky with her spending habits, she's outraged. With the return of Becky's nemesis, Becky's father's running off and nothing more going as planned, Luke is hard-pressed to support his wife's antics. She's got to stop that spending. But well, you're the one. If you want to come up here, you come up here. This is one of the books that didn't make it. It's probably sitting on the shelf now waiting. So I got a notice this morning some of your books are in. So this is a book that just came in. Don't see it. So we'll do it. Let's see. Let me just take a quick look and see if it's in here. I don't think it's in here. I might have had it, but I did get a notice. I didn't look at the notice this morning because I'm like, well, I'm not going out today. But it's probably sitting on the shelves waiting for me because I did put reserve on it. But obviously it's not going to make it to today's if then. So, and they didn't picture it in the pile. So let's just take another quick look. Smokey, are you coming up here? What? Smoke! 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 She sat down and looked at me. She goes, yeah, what do you want? I am so not good at... There are some people out there that are so good at doing the animal dialogue. And some of them might even pay for the AI to do it, but I don't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of... Oh well, let's just do it. Winter Street, Ellen Hildebrand. 4.5 stars. This charming holiday novel, hilarious and slightly gut-wrenching at the same time, is a treat that can be enjoyed year-round. Every Christmas for the past several years, Kelly Quinn, owner of the Winter Street Inn in Nantucket, celebrates the holiday with his 4 grown children and his second wife, Mitzi. But when he catches Mitzi making out with the Santa Claus, he gets very upset. I would too. Um, let's see. I didn't get this one either. I'm just 2-0 today too. This was also on my list to obtain. Oh, you know, found it right under my nose. Um, but this other book is not here, so we'll do that too. As Jodi Picoult, Leaving Time, 4 stars. In her latest book, Picoult keeps the twist turning and emotions ramped to 11 and features elephants. Elephants? Jenna has spent her childhood wondering about the mysterious disappearance of her mother who studied grief among elephants. A possible link to the disappearance, the teen starts her search with a psychic, then hires a private investigator and former cop Virgil who worked on the possibly botched her mother's case. Yes. I don't even want to think about it. It's depressing. It's probably meant to make you cry your effing eyes out. And I don't want to cry my effing eyes out. So I would not be reading that even if I had it. Because I know elephants have feelings. So you put a Jodi Picoult picture in here, but it's not the book she's promoting. What good are you? Jesus. I don't even know what it is. See You Home. But they don't put the actual book they're reviewing picture in here. Oh, I forgot about the Harlequin. Alright. Everybody remember page 27. Okay. On to... Alright. I couldn't find any teen books. The one section that is not put in ABC order is the teen section of this. I do not know why. I tried looking for the Gina Showalter, Queen of Zombie Hearts, and I tried looking for Rashonda Tate's Billingly Boy Trouble and could find none of those. And then I tried to find the rest of these and I couldn't find the rest of these either. So we are just going to skip. Here, I'll just read Zombie Hearts. Showalter concludes her White Rabbit Chronicles with this exciting finale that will have you hooked from the first page. It got 4 stars. Slayer Allie Bell is trying to enjoy the brief respite from constant zombie attacks and reconciliation with her fellow Slayer co. But when anime brings the fight home, it's time to stop preparing for her final stand. Okay. On to inspirational. And I usually go bonkers with inspirational, but I decided not to go bonkers this time. Every Tear a Memory. 4.5 stars. Continuing her Till We Meet Again series, Johnson crafts a beautiful love story. Hi, Sandy. Oh, look, another co-host. Come here. Come here. You want a brush? You want a brush? Come here. Come here. Fine, run. Continuing to meet again, Johnson crafts a beautiful love story about opening up oneself to love again and stepping out on faith in the face of uncertain future. After finding out that her mother has passed away, Joanna Trapp leaves France to return home to help her younger brother take care of their younger sister. When Ballard offers her a job as switchboard operator at the Arlington Hotel, Joanna quickly seizes the opportunity, even though their personalities are polar opposites. Thomas finds himself attracted to Joanna and her adventurous spirit, but Joanna provides a promise to be faithful to her lost beloved. At Bonnet Blue Lake. Four stars. One delightful read. Cabot's latest is a charming story with two very likable characters. Busy ad exec Kate Sherwood can't believe her eyes when she and her grandmother arrive at Rainbow's End Resort. It's a rundown and looks like nothing in the pictures of the brochure. When she meets Craig Vaughn, the ex-Silicon Valley wonderkind turned handyman, her perspective on Rainbow's End begins to change. Aww. Deceived. Now, I bring this up once again. I brought it up last time because it was true last time and it's true this time too. Does that look like a inspirational book to you? Would you conceive that this is an inspirational cover? Would you? I'm serious. This is not a inspirational cover. Looks like a suicidal cover. Oh, for 3 years, Kate Marshall has been mourning the loss of her husband and 4-year-old son in a boating accident. Oh, that's what that says. Here. So that's why the depressing stuff. That's why I said that's what it looks like. Somebody died. So where's 4 stars. The final book in Hannon's private justice series is an intriguing thriller from start to finish. 3 years ago, Kate Marshall lost her husband in a boating accident and her 4-year-old son disappeared. She's tried to move forward, but when she sees a little boy in a mall who looks and talks exactly like her son, Kate wonders if she's imagining things or if her son could be truly alive. DNA test! And Leaning Tower of Pisa. So, the entire Leaning Tower of Pisa fell on the floor. So, anyways, yes, ma'am. Are you back? Are you coming to stay here or what? Kim Vogel, When Mercy Reigns. Are you coming over here or what? Smokey. Fine, just sit there and look at me. When Mercy Reigns. 4.5 stars. Sawyer is a superior writer showing the reader the inner workings of a family steeped in rigid rules and powerful regard for family pride. Forgiveness may be out of reach for family jaded by diversion. Family matriarch Abigail Zimmerman has neglected her farmstead for more years than she can remember. Now her children are playing on how to care for her as she adjusts to life with a wheelchair, and they request their older sibling Suzanne return home to care for their mother. Surprised by Suzanne returns, Abigail must reconcile the harm she caused her eldest child when she was unwed and pregnant at 17, and Abigail's own guilt and shame left her family in shambles. Okay. Um, And the last one, Surprised by Love. Julie Lessman. Oh, look. The prodigal co-host has returned. How's it going there, co-host? She got tired of sitting there looking at me. Surprised by Love. Let's see if we can find it. It's easy to see why Lesman is a fan favorite. Her latest Heart of San Francisco novel, set during the Gilded Age, doesn't disappoint. Her passion for era is evident in the beautiful details. Megan McClure is home after spending a year in Paris. The time changed her from the shy girl everyone remembers into a beautiful, refined woman. Hoping to pursue law, she accepts an internship at a local firm. Meg is dismayed to learn she must work with her childhood tormentor, Devin Cadwell. Her biggest supporter has always been her dear friend, Bram Hughes, who is starting to view her as more than a friend. One brief, quick stop in. Where you going, co-host? Mercedes Lackey. Sci-fi fantasy. These are in no particular order. Oh, here it is. Closer to Home, 4 stars. The prolific Lackey delivers yet another great fantasy with Closer to Home, the first in her new series, The Herald Spy. For fans of her work, the return to land of Valmir and the continued tale of treasured characters will not disappoint. Her new readers are likely to become devoted fans. Lackey has a playful writing style that is easy to become engrossed with. A new story begins for Mags, a herald to the king in the capital city of Haven. When Nicholas, the king's owner, nearly dies and his daughter Emily is chosen to inherit his position, a terrible conspiracy begins to unravel. Mag's abilities as a spy, combined with his loyalty to the king and his natural talents, put him in a unique position to navigate the complex social world of court. Okay. On to mystery, suspense, and thriller. And this first book we just saw a couple of weeks ago. So if you could please go check out my review of this book, I would most appreciative of it. We're going through 2 series right now. We're going through the FBI Sherlock and Savick series, and we are also going through the 6 books of the Brit series that she's writing with J.T. Ellison. 4.5 stars. This is a writing match made in heaven. The second collaboration by the Coulter and Ellison in their A Brit in the FBI series is truly remarkable. Former Scotland Yard inspector turned brand new FBI agent Nicholas Drummond is barely in the door when he and his partner Mike Caine are called to investigate a stabbing on Wall Street. And Mike Caine, by the way, is a female. So please go check out my Lost Key review. When an antiques dealer, John Pierce, is killed, when they start digging, they discover Pierce and his children have been hunting for clues to the location of a sunken World War I U-boat. What is so important about the missing sub that murders are taking place around the world? Well, you just have to find out read the book, watch my review, and my review has lots and lots and lots of spoilers in it. And they also gain a couple of new core characters to the book, in this book too. They add to the cast. It's a shame she never went. I think it stopped at 6 or 7. We're almost finished with the series. So we'll check it out when we get there. When my leaning tower of Pisa fell, I lost my organization. Truth be told, Hank Philip E. Ryan, 4.5 stars. Ryan's latest in her Jane Ryland series is a gem. Deception and greed lead to murder in this excellent novel that is enhanced by Ryan's background as an investigative reporter. Jane has settled into a job as a newspaper reporter but is reluctant to take over a sick colleague's assignment. At first, it seems like a plush piece, but it takes her headfirst into a world of foreclosure and murder. Jane doesn't realize she's putting her life in danger with her inquiries. Meanwhile, Jake is baffled by the confession of a man who says he is responsible for the Lilac killing that happened 20 years ago. The rest of the force believes him, especially when another homicide occurs while the man is out on bail. A lady will be reading One Potion in the Grave. 4.5 stars. Blake is unstoppable. She crafts a story that pulls readers into the book as if they are part of the cast. Carly Bell Hartwell is shocked when her childhood friend Kate Sue Periwinkle comes into her store. Kate Sue, now Dr. Catherine Perry, has not stepped in Hitching Post, Alabama in 20 years. The reason for her return is mystery to Carly, especially when the town is hosting a huge celebrity wedding. The Calhoun family is a political force in Alabama, and their son is getting married in Hitching Post. When Kate Sue dies of an apparent fall off a cliff, Carly is the first to suspect foul play. Strange things begin happening in the town, and Carly must find the person responsible. Ah, I just had this one. The Perfect Witness. 4.5 stars. Throughout her long and stellar career, Johansson has made damaged, vulnerable, yet amazing, tough heroines. The center of her novels, revenge is the key driver amongst the protagonists in this story, which also examines the end justifying the means. Teenager Tessa Castile is running for her life when killers sent by mobster Comano. When she is rescued by a mystery man, Andre Madek, he claims to be from an organization that understands her unique abilities to read people's memories and can help her block them out. Tessa reluctantly agrees and goes with him and becomes Ali Gerard. However, Madek is not altruistic. He has plans for Ali when she matures both in age and power. And he wants to use her for his own financial greed. Uh-huh. We could see that coming a mile away. Um, a little ghost with your tea. Oh, this is scrapbooking. A little ghost with your scrapbooking. We usually do her tea books. Um, it is not officially October without a new spectacular scrapbook mystery from Childs. 4.5 stars. Filled with Halloween festivities, this mystery comes alive with sights and sounds of the French Quarter as residents revel in their favorite holiday. We should mark this down for Halloween if then. I'll have to check and see if we put it in for last year's Halloween if then. If not, we'll put this in for Halloween this year. Camilla is leaving her memory mine scrapbook shop when she hears strange noises coming from the neighbor's antique shop called Oddities. When Camilla stumbles through the shop's odd and McRae merchandise, she knocks over a wooden curio cabinet, and the bloody corpse of shop owner Marcus Jabot falls upon her. When Marcus' assistant Mavis reveals a very expensive Napoleon death mask was taken from the store, Camilla has found her motive for murder. Murder at Marble House. If you haven't seen the review that I've given this, the video on it, please go check it out. This is the second entry in Maxwell's Gilded Newport series, is another great testament to her writing ability. Once again, her readers are transported to a time where the citizens of Newport solely consist of some of the country's richest families. And Emma and Derek, I believe, are his love interest, who comes in later in the picture. But Emma Cross has only just finished solving a murder at the Breakers when she's headed to yet another family matter to deal with another crisis. Her cousin Consuelo doesn't want to marry the man her mother has chosen for her, but before the family can even focus on that, the murder of a psychic medium in their garden becomes an investigation that Emma gets involved in. And as she gets investigates, she falls in trouble. And she's also starting to care for the cop too, the local cop. Although nothing ever happens between the two of them. She does end up falling for her future boss, future husband. She's she she's trying to save up money. She has a big house and she's taking in uh homeless people, and she's got a maid who is sort of like her surrogate grandmother type and takes care of her, and she's got a whole household. By the latest book, she's got a whole menagerie. She's married. They've got the newspaper business going. They do investigations. She works with the cops sometimes. Um, for a while there, you thought the cop and her were going to get into a relationship, but they didn't. She ended up getting a relationship with this other guy. So if you haven't checked out all those videos, please go check out those and the Victoria Thompson videos. And I loved Victoria Thompson so much that I did all of the books. Then I did a reading order video, and then I did a Mrs. Ellsworth because I love Mrs. Ellsworth. Also, where is it? There it's at the bottom of the freaking pile. Ah, don't. Oh, good God. Also, I don't know why I just said that. If you're a fan of the TV show Bones, I actually like the way the show handled Temperance and Booth. It takes them a really, really long time. His name is Ryan. Um, to figure out the relationship, and in this one, she has an ex-husband, and a kid before she even gets involved with Booth. Um, but I like the way the TV show did it. But Kathy's version of it is completely different from the TV show. A Cold Case, Suddenly Hot, is the foundation of megastar Reich's new Temperance Brennan thriller. For both Tempe and Detective Andrew Ryan, the case of Antique Parmalu burns as the one who got away. It seems that the serial killer Annie Parmalu, who escaped justice years ago in Canada, has resurfaced and been killing teenage girls in the U.S., including forensic anthropologist Dr. Temperance Brennan's own backyard in North Carolina. The powers that be want Tempe to find her former lover, Detective Andrew Ryan, and bring him in as a consultant. The problem? Ryan has dropped off the grid after the death of his daughter. Now Tempe must find Ryan and figure out the puzzling clues in the case where nothing as it seems. Uh, I've been thinking about doing this, lady. I just saw it. I literally just saw it. You know, Ghost Wanted, a Bailey Ruth mystery. 4 stars. Here is an accomplished writer who pieces together mysteries with perfect timing. Heavenly emissary Bailey Ruth Rayburn is sent from heaven to aid Oklahoma on the Rescue Express to help clear the good name of Lorraine Marlowe, a ghost who haunts Adelaide's college library. Lately, someone has been causing mischief at the library and using Lorraine's old trademark of leaving behind red roses. When the mischief leads to the theft of a valuable book and the impending arrest of a senior student, Bailey knows Lorraine and the student are not involved. Together, they must find the real culprit. Bailey believes the vandalism at the library was intended to stop the accused student from conducting research on the diaries of a prominent and deceased Adelaide citizen, Susan Fairley. So what was she hiding? We'll have to see. Sandy, what's the matter? She's over there crying her butt off. Oh, I could have used this for an if then the other day. Are you coming up here or what? Where'd you go? Alright, that one didn't come through. We didn't get that one. Alright, we got that one, we got that one, got that one. One left. Blood on the water. Perry. 4 stars. Familiar characters return to help solve the mystery in the 20th William Monk tale. Plot elements combine to transport readers to the sights and sounds of 1850s London. Compared to present day, the path to justice is a bit slow, though some scenes are literally explosive. It is interesting to note that some things, including bribery, corruption, and blackmail, never change. William Monk, head of London's River Police, witnesses the explosion of a pleasure ship, the Princess Mary. Many prominent people were aboard. Flawed evidence leads to the arrest of an Egyptian habit, yet Monk questions his guilt. The Suez Canal is nearing complete, and tensions are increasing between England and Egypt over the soon-to-be shipping route. Are the two events connected? See what happens. I could have done every book in this section, but trying to lower down if then a little bit. So suspense 47. All right, let's see. Now, when I think of this lady, I think of vampires. I don't think of contemporary romance. I think vampires. 4.5 stars. Shane has hit the jackpot with the pairing of self-help author Rachel D. Luca and Detective Mason Brown. With chilling suspense and laugh-out one-liners from Rachel, this book will have readers engrossed until the very end. Detective Mason is asked to unofficially look into the disappearance of a Judge Blind's daughter during an outing with her blindness coach. The young woman just vanishes. Mason quickly recruits Rachel D. Luca, who just happens to be blind until recently, to assist with the case. What starts as an unofficial look in the case of a missing girl quickly turns into a full-fledged murder investigation with numerous missing girls. With no apparent connection between the victims, Mason and Rachel are racing against the clock to find something out, to find the killer. Again, when I think of this lady... Oh, I didn't even look... I probably have that one. I didn't even look. But anyway, when I think of this author, I also think of vampires. This series is not for the faint of heart. It is uncomfortable to read. Oh. Alright, well, maybe we won't do it then. Bar owner Adam drowned in alcohol for years, but pulled himself and stood strong. Now unfolding knowledge of the evil that seeped his past is putting his strength to the test. It doesn't help that an oddly familiar mystery woman is inflaming his libido and tugging at his closed-off heart, or that the body keeps rising. The tension in the town thick enough to touch. The mystery woman sure does know Adam, but the evil that sent her on the run is still alive, and the justice she sought is not materialized. Okay, well, maybe not. But all of her stuff was, I do her vampire stuff. On to contemporary romance. And, hey, naked guy on the cover. I could just go through the magazine. Naked guy on the cover. Naked guy on the cover. Let's see. 4 stars. Returning to hope always means there will be white-hot romance, and this third installment is no different. Returning home for her sister's wedding was daunting enough for Molly Burnett, but when she comes face to face with the reason for her dread, it's overwhelming. Her high school sweetheart, Carter Richards, is unforgettable in spite of the bitter memories. When Molly has to extend her stay, Carter takes the opportunity to try and set things right with Molly and start over again. He doesn't want her to get away. Okay. The second chance lady, Jill Chavez, 1 in a million. This has got to be the best novel in the Lucky Harbor series yet. The author's gifted writing ability shines in this installment and includes unforgettable characters. Successful proprietor of a wedding website, Callie believes she has it all until she returns to her hometown of Lucky Harbor and she reunites with Tanner, her high school sweetheart. It doesn't help that Tanner's all grown up, sexy as ever, and works for the local charter business. It's not much easier for Tanner, who promises to swear off commitment until he laid eyes on Callie again. Being a single dad has stressed him out, and he wants Callie to be the one to help him keep him grounded. Aww. And let's see. The Christmas Bouquet. Miss Woods. 4.5 stars. What an extraordinary addition to the acclaimed Chesapeake series. Wood intertwines family and romance and equally without flaw in this bountiful novel. As usual, the O'Briens don't disappoint, and neither does the author, especially when she focuses on the witty dialogue. Medical student Caitlin Winters has her ambitious eyes set on successful future, but ever since she caught the bouquet at the Christmas wedding, her dreams have come to a screeching halt. Noah McRowley has fallen head over heels in love with Caitlin and wants to put a ring on her finger, but she's not sure if that's what she wants yet. Her unexpected pregnancy isn't helping her situation, and she fears if she quit now, she may lose it all. Thankfully, Noah is understanding and has many friends and family who are willing to give him a hand when it comes to advice, but how he can ever convince Caitlin that everything is right for the two of them, we shall see. And Kristen Higgins, In Your Dreams. 4 stars. 4th in the Blue Haven Heron series, The Family of Winemakers in Your Dreams is one of the best engaging story. An incredible, handsome man who supposedly has it all, and the awkward, ugly duckling who find one another is deeply heartwarming. Jake Holland is particularly worshipped as the town hero for saving a car full of teenage boys. While feeling increasingly anxious about all the attention, he is more than happy to pretend to be Emily Neal's boyfriend at her ex-wedding. Growing closer at the wedding weekend, Jack and Em end up sharing a passionate night together. While Em tries to convince herself that it was just a one-night fling, Jack pushes for more. It's unusual for a guy to push for more, but that's good that he's the one doing it. Then you know you're good. Did I miss one? I missed one. Let's go back and look. Let's see. Oh! Does this belong in the other? This was not. This was the one. This should have been. Yeah, that doesn't go in this. Alright, so I didn't miss one. That goes with the other series, which is too late now because I've already taped it. Alright, on to. Wait, what's this? I missed one. Let me look. I just. Nope, I didn't miss one. Unless this is one I just picked up to read for myself. Alright, well, that's 2 that don't belong here. Okay. Back to paranormal. Alright. Now, we have to prepare mentally to do this series. We really need to. The Dreamwalkers and the Duck Hunters, those guys are tortured. Something terrible. Sherilyn Kenyon once was talking about her latest book, and she had over 3,000 words that spanned like 2 or 3 hours of book time, and the guy was being whipped and tortured and chained, and she enjoyed the heck out of it, but she said her readers would be crying their effing eyes out, so she was gonna have to cut half of it out. She likes torturing her men. She just does. All of her heroes and heroines have really horrible pasts where they were tortured and abused and kicked and all this kind of stuff. And they grew up to be powerful people, but they had to live through hell. So we may do that series. The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The first 15 to 18 are quick reads. Asheron, on the other hand, if you read Asheron, I always tell people, if you read Asheron, the first time you read it, read it all the way through. Get that box of tissues. If you like to be depressed, if you like to cry your eyes out, and I know you exist, you're out there. I've seen you on Facebook. Oh, give me a book that will kill me in tears and make me cry and heart-wrenching. You read all of Asheron. The second time you read Asheron, and the third time, and the fourth time, and the fifth time you read Asheron, if you do not want your heart ripped out, because you know what happened in the first part, and you really don't need to reread it, you start with part 2. So, like I said, the first time you read Asheron, you read the whole book through. The second, third, fourth, fifth time, if you don't want your heart ripped out, start with part 2. And this book is 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books past Asheron. Now remember, she goes back and forth from Duck Hunter to Dream Hunter too, so it might not be too far. But The Son of No One, 4.5 stars. The fact that Kenyon can consistently produce complex and utterly riveting books in multiple series is an instant testament to her amazing talent and skill. Son of No One picks up after the events of Styx, and Son's conclusion sets up a dangerous new direction for the long-running series. For 1,000 years, part demon Kagan has been trapped in a hellish realm. Forced there by his brother Lucius, Josette Landry is on the verge of homelessness, so when she's offered a job by her cousin filming a haunted house, she readily agrees. In the video shoot goes away when Joe falls through a mirror into a gray and dangerous world. Kagan is shocked to discover a human woman in this deadly realm. Keeping her alive will be a challenge. For Joe, Kagan's honor shines, and though she is not about to abandon the sexy man now that she has found him, but evil forces are in play, and they have major plans for Kagan. See what happens there. But you gotta have strong. You can't be too weak to read Kenyon series. But the first book, Fantasy Lover, is really chintzy, really cheesy, fluffy, contemporary romance. Very, very light. It's book 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 that things get darker and darker and darker. Alright, let's see here. Lucy Ione, Vampires, 4.5 stars. Major Talent Loan is back with a second installment in her gritty new Moonbound Clan vampire series, where vampires live under threat of enslavement and torture by humans. Leon's vampire world is made up something of warring clans who fight against each other as well as humans. For a variety of reasons, Hunter, the leader of the Moonbound clan, has agreed to mate with Rasha of the Shadowspawn clan. Knowing that Rasha's reputation, Hunter is not thrilled, but he's resigned to his fate. When Hunter meets Rasha's twin sister, Alan, under dangerous circumstances, he quickly realizes he's betrothed to the wrong sister. Can he get betrothed to the right sister? Have to see. Have to see. Oh, I didn't get that one. I looked for it. It's gotta be pictured in here someplace. Let's see, just look real quick. Um, it's probably in a different magazine. Oh, there it is. Heather Graham. Betrayed. There you go. Here's the full. Betrayed. Ah, 4 stars. Intelligent police work and a crafty killer ramp up the suspense level on this one, keeping readers apt with the big reveal at the end. The new addition of the branch offices in New York helps keep the story fresh and exciting. Aidan Mahoney recently started working for the new New York City Crew Unit, a paranormal investigation team, so he isn't all that surprised when he awakens to the sound of a friend's voice begging for help. Just before discovering the man is missing, Maureen Deville uses her ability to speak to the dead in search and rescue efforts with her wolfhound, and they find Aidan's friend Richard, or part of him. Richard's head is shoved on the top of a statue of the Headless Horseman. That might have been good for Halloween. Heart of Stone, Deborah Mullins. Four stars. The war between psychically gifted descendants of Atlantis is getting more vicious in the second installment of Mullins' Truth Seeker saga. The long-standing feud between Atlanteans has its basis in the belief that one group, the Seers, were responsible for the Atlanteans' destruction. Stone singer Faith Caloris learned the hard way that some Atlantean descendants are dangerous extremists bent on annihilating all Seers. When Faith's husband Michael, a member of the extremist group, tried to steal her power to kill innocents, Faith was forced to fight back, and Michael died as a result. Darius Montana is a seer whose family has bound and protects one of the legendary stones of power. Since Faith is the last stone singer, both sides are after her to use her gift on the power stones. Darius foils a kidnapping attempt and convinces Faith to come to protect Montana family compound. Faith wants to stay out of this war, but circumstances are making that nearly impossible. Oh, didn't even look for that. That should be here. I bet that's a full page. Yeah, no. Oh, there's Banks. I don't see it. You know, when I think of, it's not reviewed here, but I'll just bring it up. Where did it go? I just saw it. When I think of Best Shiata, I think of steampunk. I'm pretty sure. I don't think of contemporary romance. I just saw that, and I'm pretty sure. Oh well. It's probably a full page ad in the magazine before or after this. I didn't even think to look. I should have. Or maybe I didn't. I just forgot I left. But Terry Spear, we'll just read it. Nope. A Highland Christmas will. Oh, that's why I didn't do it. It was only 3 stars. That explains a lot. There are two things certain to make most gals feel warm and fuzzy: Christmas and men in kilts. Unfortunately, this addition to the acclaimed Heart of Wolf series falls short. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Um, oh. Okay. I didn't look to see. I don't. Bloodlines, Mortal Lines, Night Season, Mortal Danger, Tempting Danger, Blood Magic, Blood Challenge. Those are my Eileen Wilkes. So I do not have this one. Unbinding Eileen Wilkes. Do you usually do it? Nope. Hello. Oh, hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. You came to me. How are you? Mommy was looking for a book. It's not here. It's not here. I don't see it. Let's just read this without a picture. Eileen Wilkes, 4.5 stars. Top pick, and there's still no picture of it. The always awesome Wilkes expands her long-running World of Loot by series, and I should have. I was really into the this is the other couple. I was into the other couple that are featured in those other books. These are two secondary characters. Okay, Hellbound Nathan Hunter and Mind Reader Kai were first introduced in the previously published short story. Now, a Chaos God is looking for revenge, and there may be the only ones able to stop him. On one of the missions for the Seed Queen of Winter, Hellbound Nathan Mind Healer Kay. Although Kay is human, her Mind Healer gift also let her bond with Del, an unusually ferocious chameleon. When a swarm of biting butterflies attack Kai and Nathan Luke by Benedict and his mate Arjun race to figure out why, the answer turns out to be part of an ominous plan by the Seed God. Okay. Alright. Now, this series, and I've talked about it a few times, and I talk about it in I'm doing Tanya Capes, and I talk about that with Casey Daniels. I should just go through I keep talking about Casey Daniels, and I haven't done the series on this channel. I should just run through it real quick. It's only a few books, but the Casey Daniels, she solved murder. She got a job in a cemetery, and she solved murder mysteries of the people that were buried in her cemetery. They were like mobsters and stuff like that. She was solving crimes. There was a little bit of a romance that just didn't work for the book. It just didn't work. And this one starts out as her seeing the dead too and solving mysteries each book. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, but Dorinda took a left turn and totally destroyed the series. I still have them. I still bought them all. They're still over there. They're still back here. What did it end with? So it ended with 13. But she took a sideways turn. She took a left turn with this series. It was really, really good. It was a good series. And she was solving murder mysteries, talking to the ghosts, and it was working out. But her character fell in love with the devil, or whatever you want to call him. And she also pushed Charlie's Grim Reaper status. In the beginning, Charlie was solving the murder mystery so that people could cross over. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but Dorinda took a left turn and absolutely destroyed the series. It went 6 ways to, it just stopped. So let's see, where is this? 4.5 stars. Only Grim Reaper Charlie Davison would consider attempting to keep a goldfish alive to be good training for parenting. But at least she's trying. Just when you think Charlie's life can't get any weirder, the diabolical talent Jones throws a new twist at her. Charlie has a lot on her plate at the moment, being both pregnant and newly engaged to the sexy son of Satan, Reyes. Okay, so he's the devil. Is a positive, but being haunted by 12 testy hellhounds. Oh, this is where it starts to go left field. Haunted by her newly deceased ex-BFF and definite negative. Charlie also has been asked to look into the strange rash of possible suicides. And things get tense between her and Reyes, as Charlie doesn't seem to be taking the hellhound threat as seriously as Reyes would like. It just goes. After this, or even starting with this, she lost me completely on the series. I still bought the books. Don't know why. I bought them. I read them. But, I didn't like them. Oh, and if you haven't seen one of my early videos, it may be one from the kitchen. I'm not sure, or it may be one over here on the floor. I don't remember. I think it might have been kitchen. I did this lady, and if you have a chance to do the audiobooks, I would recommend the audio. Just do it once. Do an audiobook at least once, because the way she does really good with the author, with the Louboutins, those shoes. Ooh, those shoes. So if you can suspend all of your vampire, just let all your vampire knowledge go. Just push it all aside. Push the romance aside, and push the blood drinking aside, and push the going out in the sunlight aside. Push all of that aside. And if you love shoes and clothing and fashion and can deal with stupid, these books are good. But you gotta push all that other stuff aside. You just have to push it aside. So undead and unwary. All the books start with undead. I have way too many of them. But anyways, although Vampire Queen Betsy is monumentally self-absorbed, she also has a good heart, which is why she has ended up not only being queen of the vampires, but also co-ruler of hell alongside her half-sister, who happens to be the Antichrist. And she's changed the timeline too many times. She's gone back and rewritten stuff, and they've gone back in time and fixed stuff and unfixed stuff, and but she gets hit by a car. That's how the whole thing starts. Much of the humor in these outlandish tales stems from Becky's self-centered and quirky worldview, but in this installment, Becky's finally forced to look beyond her self-defense mechanism to the reality around her. And the shoes! Betsy has been stalling big time on following through on her promise to help her half-sister Antichrist Laura run hell. Now that Jessica's babies have been born, puppies Fur and Burr are nearly housebroken, and Babylon is doing well. Betsy is out of excuses, so she reluctantly returns to hell, only to have Laura dump responsibility on her. Figuring out how to run things turns even weirder as her hated deceased stepmother Aunt appears and tries to help. Oh, I got an itch. And Jacqueline Carey, Poison Fruit. This third installment of her Agent of Hell series, Corey enlightens her tension between the paranormal and the mundane residents of her fascinating town, and the highlights of the incredible powers, emotional strength, and determination of impressive heroine. The town of Penwood has made its reputation through its paranormal tourism, but as Daisy Johansson knows, that reputation comes with a lot of risk. Daisy has been charged by the Norse goddess of the dead to control Penwood's residents, but it isn't exactly an easy task. A new kind of enemy is stalking the town and feeding on nightmares, sending Daisy and her on and off lover Cody Fairfax scrambling to find answers. Let's see what happens there. Now, let's see. All right, everybody remember 89 and 27. So let's look here. And there'll be no timestamps because I got carried away and forgot. All right, historical presents. Is there any? Do you know that there's a historic Harlequin for NASCAR, a Harlequin for doctors, a Harlequin for sheiks, a Harlequin for tycoons, a Harlequin for vampires? Historical. Harlequin Desire, Harlequin Intrigue, Harlequin Romance, Harlequin Special Edition, Harlequin Spoiled. And she's not one of the 4. They give her a full page, and none of these books are reviewed. Hey, 2, no, 1. Nope, 2. Naked guy on the cover. Alright, let's go to the other end. Let's see here. The Cowboy Seal. Got 4 stars. Guy's got clothes on. I just gave a bunch of these to a lady the other day. The Cowboy Seal by Laura Marie Altum. 12 years ago, Cooper Hansen's world went topsy-turvy after his father blamed him for an accident that killed Coop's mother. Now a Navy SEAL, Coop returns home to care for his stroke-addled father and help his widowed sister-in-law, Millie, take care of the ranch. Things are still rough between Coop and her father, though Coop is close to his young nephew. As for Millie, her relief over Coop's return competes with her resentment that he wasn't around when his brother died. What the hell is that all about? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go back here and take a look. Alright. Let's see. Nope. And nope. And Silver Bells. I was going to read it, but it only got 2 stars. So we're not going to do that. Oh, Lisa Watson. She got 4 stars. She's the only one on the page that got 4 stars. And so there's your pictures. And this one is the one we're going to do because it's the only one on the page that got 4 stars. The others got 2. Love by Design. 4 stars. Absent makes the heart grow fonder in this tale of second chance, the forgiveness and new beginnings. Dakota, Carson, and Logan. Montague were best friends as teenagers, but family obligations caused Logan to leave before their friendship could be taken to the next level. Bitterness and disappointment at his sudden disappearance makes future interaction between them awkward. But when Logan presents Dakota with a profitable business proposition, he sees it as an opportunity to win her back. And her heart. So that's just an advertisement for the company. No particular book. Naked guy on the cover. So there's no. Let me see if I don't see anybody that I recognize. Oh, Shiloh Walker, an ebook. You Own Me. 4.5 stars. Walker proves once again why she is a master of the You Own Me novel, Guilt, Love, and Courage. Lizzie Waters has been waiting for the day when her best friend, Decker Cullen, gets released from prison. She's been grappling with the regret, loss, and secret love of believing it was her fault that he was locked away. Oh well, that's about it. You know, you know how they have the comic book conventions and stuff like that? They used to have book conventions. Here's the last 2 pages. Yeah, you want to just go through it? We got a couple minutes. First page, second page. Susan Brockman was not reviewed in this one. There's your index. Halloween. From your porn side of town. Werewolf side of town. Love Christmas. Grace Burrows. New Regency author. I think we've done them all. These are older. These are older books, or at least I know I have. I know I have 1 or 2 of those, but those are not reviewed in here either. Hello. I can read this magazine for hours. Oh, here are hot. These books were not reviewed in here either. So we'll see what happens. That was October 2014. We're on to Christmas in November 2014. They do most of the Christmas stuff in November and then December, because by the time the thing comes out, they didn't do too much Christmas in December, but they did most of it in November. So we'll see what happens. Have a good one.